Hey, how you guys doing? I want to take a few minutes tonight and do two things. One, I want to clear the air on a few things, and then I want to tell you who I think should be the Colorado State Chair for the GOP. I'm going to start off by saying a few things. One, you've seen me put out things about Sharona Bishop, specifically, who calls herself America's mom. She makes statements and puts out things saying that they are their attorneys and that they're working on getting Tina Peters out. Nothing can be further from the truth. Sharona Bishop is not working on anything related to Tina Peters, other than sending emails and collecting money that has not up to this point found its way to Tina Peters' defense. So, except for a few dollars here and there, there's been a lot of money that's been raised, but that money has not made its way to Tina Peters' defense in any significant amount or fashion. That's number one. She'll say that Tina is diminished in her mental capacity. That is also not true. Number three, Tina Peters cannot stand Sharona Bishop. Had it not been for Sharona Bishop, the hairdresser, getting involved in and bringing in a federal CI, a confidential informant, a Fed, and then creating some sort of weird deal where we take the ID from one person, hand it to another. As a system architect and a guy that's involved in tech, anybody could have made that image. Anyone with a half a bit of knowledge. It was not necessary to bring in someone that was a confidential informant. And so the whole thing that was created is what put Tina in the place that she's in right now. Now, with that said, I want to say that anyone that is doing work to help Tina Peters get out of jail is great. What I want to caution people on is anyone taking credit for getting Tina Peters out of jail. Because there are a lot of people, including yourself, if you're listening and you're doing things like making phone calls to the state actors, the Polises of the world, the Phil Weisers of the world. There's a lot of people doing a lot of things in order to put a lot of pressure on really bad people. And for the good people in the DOJ, they've now made two announcements, one of which was a letter entering on behalf in the case to say we want to look into this to make sure that there wasn't any persecution, not prosecution, and bad behavior that took place. We all know that did take place. That was number one signal. And then on Friday in a DOJ press conference, it again was reiterated that they were deeply involved in the investigation with Tina Peters and that things are moving on that front. So the DOJ is doing what it said, promises made, promises kept. I know I've kept you guys apprised of what's going on social medias, but we're going to continue to press hard. And frankly, there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer. But there are people that are taking advantage of the fact that Tina is in there and using it as their battle shield. I have so much more I want to say to that. For those of you who say that, are you talking to Mike Lindell? I had a conversation with Mike Lindell today. We still have very cordial conversations. We have a difference of opinion. I believe that the guy's been walked off a cliff by people like Dennis Montgomery, Conan Hayes, Sharona Bishop. I could name a bunch of people that have literally grifted and taken from that man. But one of the people that hasn't taken from them is me, at all. And but I will say this: I've had conversations with him. He is course correcting and doing things to make sure that monies that are raised on Tina's behalf do actually get to the legal defense. I do want to give a shout out to Patrick Byrne and the Americans Project because they are the ones that have carried the weight of the financial burdens for Tina since 2022. And he's moved mountains. Patrick Byrne is, and I don't want to hear anybody say anything bad about Patrick Byrne. I'm over it, right? I don't see a whole lot of people lifting up and doing the things that he's done, not just on this, but around the country. So, lay that sword down because I don't want to hear it. Now, with that said, I want to get to the Colorado GOP. There is an immense amount of division that is happening on the GOP side. There's the rhinos, and then there's the people that say that they support Tina, that have long been critics of Tina when she wasn't in jail or before her trial. You have the people that were silent, didn't say anything, that are now coming out and saying, I'm having conversations. They're not. They're not having conversations. It's a lie. Okay? and using Tina again as a shield or some sort of prop that you can put up and say that you're doing stuff for, I think is ethically wrong, but it's actually disgusting. If you want to help Tina. But to say that somewhere along the line you're doing the things that are necessary while criticizing the efforts of what others are doing, no, I'm out. So here, let me just put it out there for you. We need someone inside the Colorado GOP that has teeth, that's not afraid to fight, that's been standing up for children, that's been standing up for all of the issues that we've faced in the state of Colorado over the last 4 years. And I'll tell you something else. I didn't always see eye to eye with this person. I didn't. And yet I was able to sit down and have a beautiful conversation with her. And in that conversation, I got to see who she really was. And here's a person that's gone all over the state taking hits from radical leftist Antifa, I call them Antifa journalists, and really bad people in our community, and has continued to fight, continued to go out and raise money for the Colorado GOP, to stand by Dave Williams. And I don't care what you think about Dave Williams because he's not running. But to stand by Hope, to stand by others. And look, I'm saying this even from the perspective that there are people out there that are like, Joe, I can't believe you're telling the truth. I believe what you're saying and everything you're saying is true, but can you just not say it? And the reality of it is no, I'm going to say it. Galatians 4:16, am I the enemy because I tell you the truth? So the person that I think should be the next Colorado GOP chair is Darcy. So I'm going to tell you that if you have an opportunity to vote for Darcy, to support Darcy, you want to reach out to me and ask me why, I'll tell you why. I'll give you every single reason. And if you want to have a discussion with me on who would be better in that position, I'm going to tell you right now, she understands the lay of the land for the GOP. She's been around under Dave for the last couple of years. She has worked tirelessly in order to promote and push conservative values and also fight for those people that may not be conservative. I mean, she's out there stopping them from grooming and indoctrinating children. She works on the school boards. She's not afraid to stand up and bring 100 people with her. And so, Darcy, I'm going to support you 100% in running for the Colorado GOP chair. If you need my help, you have my blessings, you have my prayers, and I will be here to support you. Anyway, I'll let you guys get back to it. God bless you, and just remember that we have to, at some point, get to a place where we can bridge the divide, and not with evil people who are radical leftists that walk around dividing us, but really getting to working the problem. The problem we have right now is that we seem to cater and or give the ridiculous some of our time, and we should never do that. So God bless you all. I'll talk to you soon.